Meeting the shadow. One stormy night, Lalita woke from a restless sleep. Her chest felt heavy, and tears streamed down her face, though she couldn't remember why. The sadness was overwhelming, as if it had wrapped itself around her heart. She sat on her bed, trembling, unsure of what to do. That's when she noticed something in the corner of her room. A shadow stood there, not threatening, but still unsettling. It moved like a reflection, but it wasn't hers. It spoke, its voice soft but firm. "Why are you so afraid of me, Lalita?" the shadow asked. Lalita's throat tightened. Who are you?" she whispered. "I am a part of you," the shadow replied. "I am your sadness, your fear, your anger, all the feelings you've tried to hide from. I've been waiting for you to listen." Lalita felt her hands shake. "But you're so overwhelming," she said, her voice barely audible. "I don't know how to handle you." The shadow stepped closer, but it didn't feel threatening. Instead, it sat beside her on the edge of the bed, its presence oddly comforting. "You've tried to run from me for so long," the shadow said gently. "But I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to help you understand." "Understand what?" Lalita asked, wiping her tears. "That your feelings are not your enemy," the shadow said. "They are a part of you, and they are here to guide you. Your sadness shows you what you miss. Your fear tells you what matters. Your anger reveals what needs to change. And your joy reminds you why life is worth living." Lalita sat in silence, letting the shadow's words sink in. For so long, she had been afraid of feeling afraid, that her emotions would break her. But now, for the first time, she began to see them differently. "What do I do with all of this?" she asked the shadow. "The fear, the sadness, the anger, it's so much." "You don't have to fight them," the shadow replied. "You only need to listen. When you feel sad, let yourself cry. When you feel afraid, take a deep breath and take one step forward anyway. When you feel angry, use that fire to make things better. And when you feel joy, let it fill you completely." From that night on, Lalita began to face her emotions instead of running from them. She kept a journal by her side, pouring her feelings onto its pages whenever they threatened to overwhelm her. She took long walks in the forest, where the quiet helped her sort through her thoughts, and she began to speak more openly with Amma, her wise neighbor, who always listened without judgment. It wasn't easy. Some days, the feelings were still overwhelming. But slowly, Lalita started to see that her emotions weren't as scary as she had thought. They were like waves, sometimes big, sometimes small, but they always passed, leaving her stronger and more grounded. One sunny morning, Lalita returned to the clearing where she had first found the glowing orb. This time, the clearing felt different. It was no longer a place of confusion or fear, but a place of peace. The orb wasn't there anymore, but Lalita didn't need it. She had found the light within herself. As she sat on the soft grass, she closed her eyes and placed a hand over her heart. She felt its steady rhythm, a reminder that she was alive, feeling and growing. The colors around her seemed brighter, the air warmer, and for the first time, she felt fully connected to the world. "I thought my emotions would break me," she whispered to herself, "but they've taught me how to live." Over time, Lalita's journey inspired others in her village. She began to help those who struggled with their own feelings, sharing her story and the lessons she had learned. She told them that it was okay to feel afraid, sad, or angry, that these emotions were not signs of weakness but of being human. "Your feelings are like a garden," she would say. "They need attention, care, and patience. Some days, the weeds will grow, and the storms will come. But if you nurture your heart, beautiful things will bloom." Years later, Lalita looked back on the girl she had once been, the one who had felt so numb and lost. She smiled, knowing how far she had come. She had faced the storm of her emotions and emerged stronger, wiser, and more alive than ever. And so, Lolita's story became a reminder that even the most overwhelming feelings can lead to growth and strength if we're brave enough to face them. Good night, and may you find peace in every emotion, knowing they're all part of your beautiful journey.